Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. This is an Earth Spirit game. Had him for my 10 All-Hero Challenge, or my third All-Hero Challenge. I actually had him for my second All-Hero Challenge as well, that's why I uploaded him a couple weeks ago, but I had another game, and I thought this one was pretty fun, so I was going to give a replay commentary, especially because the last one I did was not a replay commentary. So, sorry I haven't made any videos recently. It's because, if you guys have been out of the loop, it's because I was in Romania for the TI 5 qualifiers. I was casting those in Romania. I was very busy, and eventually I got back, and then I had one day to stream, and then I left that night at like 1 a.m. to go to a wedding for one of my college friends in Wisconsin. So I was basically out of the state, out of home for almost 3 weeks. But I'm finally back. I'm gonna get settled. I'm mostly settled now, honestly, and just getting back to making videos every day, hopefully. So, with that said, this is an Earth Spirit game that I was playing with my friend DK. He was 23 here. See his name. I got my mouse working, by the way. I downloaded a new XSplit patch, and all of a sudden my mouse is back. And I should have done that a long time ago. I'm sorry it took so long for me to handle that, but we are good now. I have a mouse, and you should be able to see what I'm clicking on without any major problems. So let's talk about Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit is probably one of the hardest heroes in the game to play right now, in my opinion. He's easier than he was when he first came out, but he's also been nerfed in a lot of ways to make his hero less overpowered. His hero was definitely very overpowered for a while. He might still be overpowered, it's hard to say. But I feel like he's mostly balanced at the moment, but I'm not completely sure. I feel like there's a lot of abuses that I didn't do with him very well because I'm still a very new Earth Spirit player, but I probably played him less than 10 times. I think I've only played maybe like 8 to 10 Earth Spirit games, something like that. But as we get into it, first problem that our team is missing is we don't have any carry. And our last guy was AFK, I believe. And we're like, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this, but I played this game on stream. If you want to watch this game live instead of watching me talk about it, and from a replay perspective, I'll put the link down below. Go click on that and watch it. It's going to upload to YouTube. I won't make it public, but if you guys do want to watch that video, you can. I think it's in some ways better, personally, than the replay commentary. If you guys want to learn about Earth Spirit and hear everything I have to say about Earth Spirit, watch this video. If you just want to see me play Earth Spirit and kind of suck at it then and have a good time, then go watch the other video. So with that said, we'll continue. Alright, so Earth Spirit. Our last guy ends up randoming a support, which puts us in a really weird place, and our lanes end up me being off lane, I think, is what I did. The reason Earth Spirit used to be really strong and in a lot of ways overpowered was because his basic nukes did way more damage than they did in the past. I believe he used to do about 300 damage, magic damage, with 3 skill points, which is frankly ridiculous. Most heroes will do maybe close to that, but not as much. Like Crystal Maiden, for example, is a very high nuke hero. With 3 skill points, you can do up to 300, I guess. You go 2 Frostbite and one Nova, but nobody goes that build. Okay, there we go. Okay. But basically, it's a ridiculous amount, especially considering that he has a hard stun, he has a slow, and he has a silence. He has 3 different utility things. So, because I was going off lane, I opted for the boots start, because I wanted to have a movement speed advantage. It was very likely to be, Sand King, Shadow Demon, Terrorblade, so if they do catch me, I'm probably dead in a lot of ways, so it's a lot safer for me just to go for the boots build. I'm not completely sure about all things Earth Spirit, by the way, because the hero is not played in the professional scene, so everything I'm saying here is more my subjective opinions based on a very limited amount of games with him, but I'll give you guys basically my tips, and I'm not saying they're the best. I'm sure there's many Earth Spirit players that are far better than I am, so keep that in mind. So for skill builds, level 1, you're gonna level depending on what you need. Basically, you shouldn't put a skill point in. By level 3, you should have 1 skill point in all 3 abilities. You should pretty much always go with that. I can't really imagine a moment where you're gonna not want to do that, because what you need is a little bit of everything depending on the situation. Like I said, you have a stun, you have a silence, and you have a slow. We had a huge MMR disadvantage, or advantage this game, but we had no carries, so we were pretty much expecting to lose this one. I was considering punching him to the high ground. I was hoping to block him there, but I didn't get him. He's about to fissure here. Oh god, I messed that up. I forgot. Oh, that's painful. Should have had that kill, I think. Maybe if I punched to the left and got the Sand King instead. Maybe if I punched earlier. If I would have punched right at the start, maybe I would have gotten him. Yeah. Or what I could have done was maybe gone for a Rolling Boulder. That might have been better. It does a lot more damage. The Rolling Boulder does 100 damage at level 1. Whereas the Boulder Smash only does 50. So if I instead got Rolling Boulder instead of Boulder Smash, I bet we could have gotten that kill. That was our mid player, by the way, and he chased for that a really long time. So that really hurt us in a lot of ways that we didn't get the first blood. We really needed to get that kill. So that was too bad. This disruption does nothing as long as the Sand King doesn't Burrow Strike me. There's no follow-up, so I'm not too worried here. But basically the way this here works is you have these stones. They're called remnants. Stone remnants. You have up to 6. They recharge at 30 seconds at a time. And you put the remnants on the ground and they do nothing by themselves. You can cast them as fast as you want, but they don't do anything to cast them. The cast range is really big. And the remnants do nothing. In Dota 1 they look like little rocks. In this game, in Dota 2, they look like your hero in stone form. So what you do with them is they buff up your other abilities, or they interact with your other abilities. With your first skill, what is it called? Boulder Smash. You can punch the rock a very long distance, and as it passes through enemies, it stuns them and it does damage to them. You can also Boulder Smash your first skill on allies or enemy creeps. If you directly Boulder Smash somebody, they move, but they're not stunned. They do take the damage, and anything they pass through takes damage, but they don't go very far. If you smash a boulder, it does... I don't know if it does more damage, but it goes much farther. It goes up to 2,000 range, whereas if you punch somebody else, it does like, what, 500 to 800. It's not very far. So if you do a Remnant, it's much farther, the stone thing. The stun duration is really good at higher levels. It starts off at 0.75, goes up to 2.25. So it's actually a very good disable, especially because it is an AoE. So you can definitely get a really good stuns off that impact team fights in really good ways. It is a skill shot though. You don't get to click on the target that it's going to, and it will not heat-seeking missile. You basically have to ground click, and it will go straight there. So it's a little hard to land it. In the past, the orientation, like the angle of the stun, would be based on your position between yourself and the rock, but now the way that it works is it's based on the direction that you click, so it's a little easier to aim the rock than it was in the past. I opted to do a punch here because I thought I could get 2 CS, but then I completely whiffed. So I have to remember that the stun, that it only does, what, 100 damage, does 50 damage per level, so at level 2 it really doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So the cooldown does go down pretty heavily, down to 10 seconds at level 4, and for that reason I think that almost always it's best to max out Boulder Smash first, because the damage scales pretty decently as well. It's about the same, I guess it's the same as Grip, but I mean, if I want to silence, I can get more levels of the third skill, but I prefer the stun, and I think the stun scales better, especially with duration. So, second skill is called Rolling Boulder. You can use it to move. It turns you into a rolling ball, and then you go in a direction. It's kind of similar to Slark Pounce in that if your enemies get in the way of you, it'll block your Rolling Boulder. But in some ways, that's a good thing, because you do damage when you hit people with it. And it applies a 80% slow for 2 seconds. That includes attack speed, I believe. Oh, they removed it, actually. It only does movement speed slow. It used to be attack speed slow. So, but it does 100 damage. It's a pretty good skill for 50 mana. You can do a lot of damage to your opponents. If there's a stone remnant in the way, as you're rolling through, you go extra far, and you're going to roll up to 1600 instead of 800. And you go there a lot faster. You go really, really fast if you have a stone boulder in the way. So it can be basically used to slow your opponents. You can use it to damage them. You can use it to initiate to get closer. You can use it to escape if you're in trouble. There's a lot of different things that you can do with it, basically. The third skill is called Geomagnetic Grip. This skill does a couple different things. If you use it on an ally or a creep, it pulls them into the trees. I'm sorry, not pulls them into the trees, but pulls them towards you, basically from their distance of the cast to where you're standing. So you can basically use it on stunned enemies or stunned allies to save them by pulling them to your safety. It's really overpowered for that. I almost never remember to do that, but I should. I don't think I ever did it this game, probably. You can also use it to pull creeps into the jungle or into the trees. So if you're in offlane, for example, one thing that you can do is pull them into the trees, and then they're stuck there, and it's kind of like denying that creep in terms of experience. So that's one good thing you can do. It also silences. If I Geomagnetic Grip a rock or a stone remnant, then any enemies it hits will get silenced. And that's for 2.5 to 4 seconds, somewhere in there. Does up to 200 damage. Let me just read my ultimate really quick. Okay. So the way that Magnetize works, your ultimate. So this is an example of me just escaping. Used the rolling boulder, got out of there, had to drop a stone remnant, create a little bit of space, whatever. He used a mango as well. I'm okay with that. I'm almost level 6 here, and when you hit level 6 you get magnetized. The way that your ultimate works is, it does damage over time to enemies in a very close AoE around you. If those enemies walk near a stone boulder, or if I put a stone remnant, or I put a stone remnant near the magnetize, it basically ultra magnetizes in a big AoE around them. I don't know what the range is. Let's see. It is 400. Yeah. I don't know what the explosion radius is. I can't remember about that. I really wanted to go for a solo kill here, but then I whiffed everything. It was really bad. And then I used my ultimate, and it didn't hit the... That was... Alright, this is the most confusing thing of the entire game. I'm gonna slow this down a lot. Watch me use my ultimate. Here's the range, right? It didn't hit him. It was so confusing. It's supposed to hit people in an AoE. What I wanted to do was hit a boulder through and hit him. But he moved as soon as... He wisely moved as soon as I put a boulder down. So I did that sloppy. What I wanted to do basically was roll the boulder in to stun him, then hit him with the rolling boulder, and then magnetize and get a kill. And I think I would have been able to kill him. But because I missed all my abilities, I lost my opportunity here, and now I have to wait for my magnetize to go for another kill. So that was pretty dumb. I have no idea why my ultimate didn't hit. I swear that's a bug or something, because I was definitely within range. If anybody's in range of you like this, then it starts. I don't know what happened though. For some reason it didn't hit. But I can continue getting levels and farm, whatever. Normally, when I have played Earthspirit in the past, I haven't played offlane, I've played more support, and I think that role's kind of fun. Because you can move around ganking very well. Again, you have 3 different disables, so if you land a stun, you can land a slow, and you can do silence. It's a decent amount of damage, and your mobility is really high as well. So if you do land your abilities, then you're in a good spot. Now that I'm one-on-one versus him, things get a little scarier, at least until I have Magnetize. Again, the way the Magnetize works is you take damage over time, so it lasts for up to 6 seconds, and then you can reapply the damage. I told him that we could very easily get a kill here, so he TP'd in, and we did grab a kill. Just basically did my combos. I did a stun into the slow, and then we had Earthshaker stun and abilities to come out as well, so that was pretty easy. Right there I punched the creep. As you can see, it didn't go that far, but it did do some damage. My mana's almost gone now, but with that kill, we're in a pretty good spot. So that was the enemy carry. So I'm going to go back heal, buy some items, I guess. I think I bought an urn. Yeah, this is this guy that I play with named Sovereign. Or his tag is Sovereign at least. And he always buys urn on Earthspirit. And I see the value why, because you have a lot of AoE damage when you're against... or not AoE. It's a lot of damage over time ability. You spend a lot of time chasing people usually. So what Earthspirit likes to do is get an urn charge, and then what you can do is use that urn charge offensively while you're doing magnetized damage as well. Uses the ultimate there to farm a stack. I don't think that was horrible. I think it's okay to do stuff like that. I'm going to try to get a kill though. I've got 4 levels in Boulder now, so I can stun for 2.25 seconds. I don't remember if any of my ganks worked this game. I'm pretty much... This game was a little bit ago, so I don't really remember what happened. I messed that one up completely. Did get the stun off on him though.
Here we go.
I was thinking about silencing the Sand King. Didn't want to waste rocks, so wanted to silence all of these guys, but I did that so bad. But I feel like this is not a good game to show you how to play Earthspirit well, but it's an okay game to show you what his abilities do. Is about all I'm gonna do here. So I just did that gank so bad. I should have stunned the Shadow Fiend to start things off after the fissure, then roll into him. Instead what I did was I rolled into him, anticipating that the fissure would be long enough duration, but it wasn't. So that was my mistake. If I would have stunned him, and then rolled into him, then I could have magnetized and probably guaranteed the kill. But because I never really got somebody in a dangerous position, I didn't feel very comfortable magnetizing on top of them. I get magnetized being the ultimate. Felt like I was going to be able to catch this guy. Got all my cooldowns. He used Magnetize there just to guarantee the kill, and he did end up dying. It was definitely overkill, but whatever. TPing back to base. Couldn't get a Ring of Protection, which will allow me to finish Tranquil Boots in the side shop. I don't know if Tranks were really the right choice here because they have a Shadow Fiend. Getting HP items is pretty good on Earth Spirit. I've seen a couple different builds. Like, you can get a Arcane Mech, you can go Urn into Blink Dagger, you can go Aghanim's Rush, you can do all these different things. I haven't played nearly enough Earth Spirit games to really understand the nuances of the hero, when that's good, when that's bad. This game, I feel like if they have a lot of AoE damage, the mech build is maybe the better one. AoE damage or armor minus armor, and they do have some minus armor in this game, so maybe that's right. Maybe that's the right item in this game, but I ended up going for Tranquils into Urn, and I don't remember what I bought afterwards. I think I got a Force Staff afterwards, which I think is the right choice, because they had a Clockwork who can very easily result in people dying, and they have a couple other heroes that are important to get away from. So I thought if that guy stayed put, we were very easily going to be able to get a kill, but they obviously had a ward here, and I'm just going to take a look and see where it was. Yeah, there was a ward here, so they reacted on my movements. So I'm coming back over. I'm going to try to go on him now, but I got disrupted. Don't know if my stun actually hit or not, but I was actually completely out of rocks here. I should have punched that range creep into him, I think, but instead I just chased him down and used the punch on him instead. So that's fine. Oh, I didn't check for Shadow Poison on him, so my urn got broken, unfortunately. I bottle other people a lot whenever I play, whenever I hold a bottle. Like, I bottle my allies so often. Maybe I shouldn't as much, but I do that. See if we can get the top ring, that is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He actually missed his hook. I think, if he landed his hook, that was maybe a kill possibility, but it's just really greedy to try to mess with the Shadow Fiend when he has the double damage. Just not a very smart plan. I think I bought some Observer Wards here because my team wasn't buying them. Really no reason for me to die, honestly. I was really surprised he got the deny there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So at this point, getting wards on the map is really important. Our vision's pretty bad. Trying to get kills is really important too, because we're 7-7 and they have way better late game than us. They have a Terrorblade and a Shadow Fiend, so I opted instead just to heal DK up, and we're going to go smoke and look for a kill in the jungle. It's okay to do this at nighttime if you have Observer Wards. If you don't have Observer Wards, I don't really recommend it, because a lot of the time your smoke will break, but you'll actually not know where they are. If you're in the jungle, it's pretty obvious. So like for here, our smoke broke. We knew that this guy was going to be probably the one we're going for. I think the combo of my spells was much, much better there. What I did was I stunned first. I ended up catching both, so then we knew which one was real. And then I landed the silence afterwards. The silence prevents him from using Sunder. And then as the stun duration ended, I used Rolling Boulder to get the slow on him. Most of the time, I end up stacking all of my abilities, and that's a complete waste. It's not good to do that, but... I think I dead ulti him here. Not worth it. I could have just, I guess I was out of rocks, so maybe that's why. If you do stuff too often, you'll run out of the remnants, and then it limits your options overall. So that's another thing that gives you mastery of the hero, is being able to use rocks efficiently, and I am not at all efficient. The way that I basically use my remnants is, I'll punch a remnant through, and then I'll roll through, and I'll use a remnant to do that. And then I'll drop a remnant and silence. In reality, that should only take 2. You should use 1 to punch through. Actually, it should take 1. I should use one rock to punch through, and then as it goes through them, I should pull it back for the silence, and as I'm pulling it back, I should start the roll, and then I can roll through for extra distance. That should only take one rock, but the way that I do it usually takes 2, maybe 3 rocks, because I haven't practiced the combos. And there's many combos that you can do to be rock efficient or remnant efficient, and I don't do those. So that's something that you should practice if you're playing Earth Spirit a lot, if you really care about them. I think if you're not very active around the map, it's not that important to do that, but if you are active around the map, I think it's important. I think I actually did stun the Shadow Fiend there. But I had a Remnant sitting in the middle of the road there, and it was likely to despawn at some point, so I just ended up punching it. I didn't lose very much by doing that, only about 50 mana as my mana has been regenning, so I think that was completely fine. We're shifting to the top lane. This is a little dangerous because the top lane's not pushing out, but again, I have an Observer Ward so we can see where people are. Putting it right there is a pretty good spot for being able to siege the tier 1. If you're more worried about movements later, then putting it on the high ground over here is a little bit better. On top of that hill, that one's really good. But for me here, it's a little safer just to spot the high ground one. Looking for a kill on the Shadow Fiend here. This should be a pretty easy kill. I was able to silence the Sand King there, which prevented his ultimate, and then secured the kill on the Shadow Demon as well. Send the stone on through. I keep like, as I'm watching it now, I see what I should be doing like a second before I actually do it while I play the game. Like I was like, oh, I should pull that rock to silence it, or oh, I should roll with that rock, and then I'll be like, oh, I should have rolled with that rock, and then I'll walk backwards and then roll with it. It's always like a fraction of a second too late. It makes my play a little inefficient. But as a whole, I think I played this game okay. The early game, I mean, my KDA is good. That's good, right? As an offlane hero, 316. I could have played it much more efficient though, and that may have led, and I shouldn't have died that one time. The one time I did die to that. So. When you're trying to kill creeps, by the way, the fastest way is probably just to cast Boulder Smash and occasionally silence maybe. You can also spam your second skill if it's on a lower cooldown. The cooldown does go down drastically as you level it up. That's really all that changes about this skill. The other skills do matter with scaling though, a lot more. This one, for example, more silence duration, more damage, and this one, most importantly, stun duration, cooldown, and damage. So that's one of the reasons that Boulder Smash is the best ability to level up, in my opinion. Got a Clockwork down here. Pretty worried about him hookshotting me. And I can see him moving on the map, so I should definitely be worried about that. And now I'm just hiding, so he doesn't exactly know where I am. And that allows us to bait him in entirely. See right there, I used 2 rocks, only needed to use 1. Man, I ended up casting all 3 spells anyways, but in an effort to be conservative, I ended up using 3. I should have been more worried about my rocks, I think, than about my abilities being on cooldown. 3. I used 3 remnants, and that only needed to be 1. Boulder Smash, pull, roll. But I don't quite trust my accuracy and stuff, so if I miss my abilities, then you have to think very fast when you play this hero, basically. As soon as I realized that my stun was going to land, I had to pull it back immediately, and then immediately start the roll. And I just don't play like that when I play this hero. And I definitely should. I don't know why the Sand King isn't stunning, but... Alright, this one's... Why was that? I guess it was a fake Shadow Fiend. Is that what it was? Right? That was it, right? I shouldn't have hit these creeps here, because I could have been regenning with my Tranquils. That was a mistake.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
See the Clockwork over there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ended up catching him.
Radiant's top tower.
But then I'm solo against creeps. Oh, my little stutter step there really wrecked me. I mean, I shouldn't have been there anyways, but the fact that I hesitated for a moment as I was escaping really screwed me over. I felt comfortable going aggressive because I had the Force Staff, but at that point then everybody was respawning, so that was just a moderate mistake. So that was pretty silly.
Radiant's top tower is under
I think the next
attack.
item I picked up was a Glimmer Cape. No, I think I made a hood. I got a cloak at least, because they did have a lot of magic damage. Clockwork's all magical. Shadow Fiend's heavily magical. Sand King's all magical. Shadow Demon is, you know, a little bit of everything, more or less, with Soul Catcher. But largely magical, I guess. I'm not gonna think about what I did. Either way, it was stupid to roll on the clockwork like that, I think. But the range is really good on that spell. If you do set things up correctly, I think it's really useful. I think I was going to the bathroom here is what I was doing. So I'll just speed things up a little bit. I was actually gone for quite a while. On the bright side, I'm recharging stone remnants while I'm sitting here. I was actually gone like a minute. Wow. So, cloak is picked up now. Gives me a lot of magic resistance. It's about 20% for one item. It's pretty good. That's why a lot of supports just rush Glimmer Cape now. Just because the item gives you so many good options. Should have pulled him. Alright, there I did. Got a triple stun in. Alright, was able to stun him. I don't really see any remnants. Oh, I have 2 left, sorry. Could have pulled for the silence. This was so much messier than it had to be. Oh man. He really didn't need, he shouldn't have committed to that. Him killing me was not going to happen. With my armor as high as it was, and I had earn charges, and I had bottles and all that stuff, it's just not worth it for him to commit. I could have done that so much better though. Almost every single time that I stun people, I should have also pulled back the silence. That's something I think I'm going to practice if I do plan to play Earth Spirit again in the future. I think I'm just going to make sure that I do go for that. So as you can see, this ability is decent for killing large creep waves. It only does about 100 damage to them, but it only costs you 50 mana, so... And it's not really as important as some of your other skills. And at this point I decided to leave because my mana was low, and it was likely that people were alive and setting up kills on me. So back to base at this point, and I don't remember what I bought at this point, but my KDA was good, 5, 2, and 12. If my opponents were better, I would just be getting wrecked this game. I'm honestly terrible at this hero. I'm at the verge of figuring him out decently. I feel like this game I figured out how to use his skills okay, but I wasn't stone efficient at all, and the disconnects between my casting was always very, very high. I'm always too patient throwing my abilities out. I'll throw out like one, and like I said, wait to see if it caught. Things like that. TPing far away from the target because I don't necessarily want it. Wasted at least one stone. That was my last stone I put.
Dire's structures are fortified.
To the dust
Dire's
return.
top tower is under attack.
Get no stones, so I just have to resort to just basic attacking. Really good to heal up your cores as well when you're chasing opponents. It's now when they actually do the fighting. It'll be a little higher.
My mechanism lies broken.
Got caught in the cogs.
Of clay.
That's pretty good. But we keep winning fights. This is good for us. I think the point is that we're just outplaying our opponents. Our opponents are not very good. It's not about me playing well by any means. The rest of the team's playing okay. At this point I said we don't have a carry, we need damage, so I said I'm going to buy a Radiance. This is not an item you should ever buy in Earth Spirit. It's not in any way core, it's just the hero's naturally tanky and you have decent disables, so I figured that I could stand around my opponents, do a lot of AoE magic damage, and get away with it. So that's what I was aiming to do here. His agility gain's actually okay, his attack speed feels alright. It's not terrible, 1.5. Maybe his starting agility is really high, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but...
Chopping up double damage.
Felt okay punching these creeps here. I do kind of want to pressure the tower, but it's
Radiant's
difficult.
top tower is under attack.
Enemy Shadow Demon, so...
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's
like they're
middle
pushing
tower
bot.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just jungling for now is fine, I think. There's at least potentially up to 2 heroes top now, because we just saw Sanking. Shadow Demon could be there as well. This is actually dangerous to last hit here, because they could shift in the jungle and find me. And then I would have to react to that. So we got a Sanking top. I think at this point it's super. I think that was the first good solo kill that I did. I want to see how many stuns I used there. Looks like I used 2. I used the first one to punch. And then I put another one down to get the roll off. There's the urn. And then I used the third one here to silence. And another roll to do a bit more damage at the end. I think that was good. I think I did that one okay. I feel good about that kill. I felt like getting solo kills was just going to be irrelevant the entire game, because the game's not about team fighting, it's about making sure that my opponents don't get to the late game faster than we do. Because if we do that, then we guarantee that we're going to be relevant late game. So it's really just about killing. If they had more of a 5-man lineup that was difficult for us to fight into, or if they had a gold advantage over us, then I'd be more worried about getting a team fight item. Or, yeah, team fight item essentially. But because we're ahead, all I have to worry about is going into the late game. Excuse me. Kind of wanted to go in on this. It sucked that the creeps could see me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I probably oh, I did force actually. I was like, I should have forced, and I think they already used hook shot here. They're actually kind of close to me now. This looks kind of dangerous. I'm just gonna start casually rolling towards the fudge because I need to. Maybe should have stun there. I did that really poorly. I could have maybe saved him. I definitely think that I could have saved him. I think I should have maybe stunned after the Chain Frost to keep them grouped up. And stunned after the Chain Frost, and I should have gotten within range of the Pudge to pull him away as soon as he went high ground. I could have maybe rolled towards the small camp and then pulled him over.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Another wasted ulti. Should have silenced. No reason to ulti for like. Basically, did like 200 damage tops with it. It actually does a lot of damage. It's 100 damage per second, and it's up to 6 seconds. So it's a 600 damage nuke basically, and I can refresh it. So wasting it like that is just stupid. Like I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do it a lot. I very consistently use Magnetize in a bad way. And it's one of your best ways to do damage, really. Obviously, it's countered by BKB, but anyways, I've got my relic now, so I hit really hard in comparison. Just gonna finish the Radiance when I can. This is not a very typical game. It's part of the problem of doing a replay commentary for this, because it was not the normal way to play Earth Spirit, and it was not a normal game, because we weren't playing like simple tactics like I'm playing support, I'm basically having to figure out what to do in this game. And being really good at Dota obviously allows you to do this. Not saying that I'm amazing or anything, but it's something that you need to learn as a Dota player, because sometimes you will find weird situations where you're like, what do I do when I'm playing Earth Spirit and we don't have a carry? Getting a damage item is definitely something I needed, and I could buy something like a Mjolnir maybe, but I think Radiance is just pretty straightforward. You stand by your opponents and they die slowly. So I think it was the safer way to go here. Maybe not safer, but definitely smarter. I got spotted by the rocket, so I have to keep that in mind. Pulling him back. Gonna get the follow-up stun here. That was a pretty good fight. We got the chain stun going. I punched him away, this is a pretty big mistake. I think I meant to rock punch, but I might be wrong. I like how you can turn while you're rolling. Kinda cool. Almost got Radiance now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I actually roll all the time. I know a lot of players don't, but I feel like the skill should be used often when it's down to 4 seconds. We actually have no towers yet. This is really weird.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Slowly
attack.
killing creeps. I think 25 more gold should give me the Radiance. Could push out bottom here. I usually like to spend a lot of time in the enemy jungle pushing the safe lane and spending time in the jungle as
Dire's
well.
middle
But
tower is under attack.
guy always gets into trouble. There's the old geomagnetic grip. I tried to double force in there, but I think he turned around and semi-countered him. He like countered himself basically. So weird.
Thanks, mate. I mean, mate.
I accidentally forced the block. That was pretty funny.
In my armor.
Actually worked out alright. I thought I was going to get wrecked there because of the blade mill, but I don't know why I didn't take that much damage. Maybe... I honestly don't know. I feel like I should have taken more damage. Initiating with the stun. Missing. Force the BKB out on him at least.
Dire's
Ends up going down.
is under attack.
Felt like I could actually fight the Terrorblade. That's pretty sad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Messed up the rock punch there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I wasted so many rocks. Ah. This rock sitting ever on the battlefield.
Radiant's middle tower
I feel
is
like I
under
just need to
attack.
play Earth Spirit a lot.
Radiant's
Like, playing like 5
structures
games in
are
a row.
fortified.
I'm to the point now where I understand him well enough that I think he's fun to play. But getting to that point is definitely difficult, but once you're there, it's pretty enjoyable to play him, I think. One problem with Radiance this game is that Terrorblade's first skill, Refraction... Oh, I couldn't believe that he got it into there. But the Refraction skill,
Radiant's middle
Reflection,
tower is under attack.
makes an illusion of the hero that's unhittable, but it also makes a Radiance, so it's kind of bad in some ways that I got Radiance, because Terrorblade can't cast that spell on me. If he does, it's really a nice counter. It's basically, instead of it just hitting me, it's also doing Radiance burn on top of that, and giving mischance, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under
But now we're in a
Radiant's
pretty
middle
big gold
tower has
advantage,
fallen.
and we can just transition out of this. Now that I have my tanky item, what I also want to build is probably more survivability. That was a moment there where I was like, yeah, I think I want to go in on this, and then I realized my team was far gone. And I was like, oh nice, I actually looked at the map instead of going in first, for once. Usually I just jump right in. That's usually not the right move. Oh, that's right, I went Ags first. I didn't go for Pipe yet. I went for Ags first. What Ags does is it gives you an extra ability, and it's called Enchant something. Stone Remnant or something. You basically turn your ally or your enemy into a Stone Remnant, and then you can affect them the same way that I've been affecting the Stone Remnants all game. I can punch them, I can pull them, I can roll with them, I believe. I don't know how the roll one works, but it's an option basically. You can use it to basically pull people out of positions, kind of like Pudge Hook. I can Stone Remnant them, I can pull them to me, I can punch them back to safety, and then I can roll with them. That way we push somebody way out of position. I did do that at least once this game. Also, you can use it very similar to Disruption. It's very good at disrupting heroes that you think are going to get killed. I ended up using a stone there because I thought getting all the way through was going to be worth it. Trying to get him to pop EKB here. blocking a couple things here. Didn't hit anything with my silence here. Oh, I actually had a stone run there, I just couldn't see it.
Terror blade with Ever's blade.
He does end up dying, but I wasted so many remnants there. Messed that up just a little bit. That was bad. I almost... It's really painful watching myself play Earth Spirit, guys, I swear. It's so easy to notice mistakes on Dota players, but it's hard to notice it or execute perfectly when you're playing yourself. But I'm noticing so many errors. I'm just doing everything so poorly this game. This Pudge was a super player, man. He just did aggressive stuff all game. It was great. I'm gonna speed things up a bit since I'm dead for a really long time. Actually, like level 21. Pudge again has like no HP, and he's like, I'm gonna go do aggressive things. Finally died. That was good.
Your blood frown.
Yeah, CM has Ags, BKB, Midas. It's at that point you're like, alright, we have a carry, guess. I don't know if this is a faster way to get places, but I do this like little roll thing. Again, it only costs 50 mana. I've got pretty good mana regen. I'm like, okay. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Only got 3 stone remnants right now.
Blaze here.
At this point, I just got to finish my Radiance, so I'm going to go into the enemy jungle, finish the last 2 Nurgle. Man, Radiance is so good for farming. So incredible. And that should do it. Ags on the way. The other nice part about Ags, though, is just that it gives me a lot of HP. It gives me a little bit of damage, gives me a little bit of attack speed. Those are all things I actually need now that I'm a semi-carry. So it's called Stone Remnant, I think. Enchant Remnant, sorry. Oh, also, by the way, it lasts for 3 seconds, and when it ends, it does 300 damage in a 300 radius. So I could use it to cast on somebody that initiates and is in trouble, and then after they shatter, they'll do a bit more extra damage. It's kind of cool. But yeah, as a whole, a tank item is good in synergy with Radiance, so I kind of liked getting it this game here. I think it was a decent choice. Just kind of walked out of that one. Just cost me a 4 staff and maybe an urn charge. I found that awfully confusing. I was able to get outside the AoE. Silence on 2. Is this my patented use magnetize on somebody with 100 HP? Doesn't seem so. Just wanted to get within EXP range, so I walked in. And we got it. I actually didn't even use Enchant Remnant there. I don't think you can use it on yourself, I'm pretty sure. That would be a little cheap. Come on, let me click. Yeah, I don't think you can use it on yourself. Pretty sure you can't.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under
At
attack.
least I don't think I've ever seen somebody do that. I'm just dropping my Tranquil Boots here because I want to have the regen after I'm done hitting the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I was trying to use Enchant Remnant on him to pull him to us. What a shit fight. I got a 2-man silence, that's cool. There's so many BKBs this game. I should be looking down. My camera positioning is not very good. Yeah, I'm affected by Radiant's.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Perfect location.
Should have earned myself while I was waiting. I was about to ulti that, but I didn't get it off in time. I could have done that much better. As I was disengaged, I should have earned myself. Could have gotten like an extra 100 HP. I think I did that really poorly. I'm gonna break that down. See if we can learn something from that. Okay, so first of all, first mistake. I should have probably dropped a stone here. That way I could have caught out with him. Instead, I did a slow chase afterwards. I did end up punching him with a boulder smash, and that was fine. But I probably should have done a rolling boulder immediately afterwards, which I did eventually do. He gets cleaned up, and now I've got Radiance on myself, which was pretty for quite a bit.
Radiant's top
Now,
tower
right now, I
is
should have
under
been...
attack.
Oh, wait. I would have had to earn here. I could have started earning. Instead, I decided to go run in and fight, which I think was maybe the wrong choice. And then I said, I want to kill them both. I roll in. And I tried to ulti, but I didn't do it in time. I also... Another thing I could have done, actually, was stone the Shadow Demon with Enchanted Boulder, or Enchanted Remnant, and that would have just made him not able to do anything for 3 seconds. That way it's just a one-on-one me versus Shadow Fiend. And I might have been able to kill Shadow Fiend. I'm not sure. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I think I should have at least not died. Maybe should have disengaged, used an Urn Charge fully to heal for 400 HP, and then re-engage afterwards. I think would have been a good idea. Something like that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We thought they were rushing here. They were actually rushing. Oh, Clock actually messed up my boulder. Shadow Fiend has died. I was proud of myself there because I did a pretty fast boulder smash. Most of the time I put the boulder smash down and I wait like a little bit of time and then I smash. Yeah, what I need to start doing when I do a lot of boulder smashes, like for example, say I'm standing here and I want to hit Roshan, I keep putting the boulder down too far forward, but in reality I need to put the boulder down right next to me. So I need to click here and then click in the direction. And I keep putting a little distance in myself, and it's delaying the speed at which I cast boulders, which decreases the accuracy. So I made that mistake many times. I got my pipe coming now. A bit of a mistake though, because Pudge actually also had a pipe. Yeah, we both had pipes, so I wasn't thinking. Good item variety though. No phase this game actually, surprisingly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, my strength gain is really high. 2.9. That's incredible. It's in gain 2.4. He's got really good int and really good strength. His agility is mediocre. The hero has very good stat gain, basically, and very good skills, I think. I'm not completely sure if he's overpowered or not. I'm not completely sold on that. I like how the Pudge played this. That was good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hold him far away from the safety of his allies. Cooldown on that spell is really long though, is the only problem. It's 45 seconds, so it's kind of like an ultimate. Using it like that is maybe a waste, but it made for a very, very safe kill of him. That's the kind of stuff that you like to do with Enchant, though. Like right now would have been great to have for Pudge. Right now, could have used it on somebody.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I was waiting for him to turn around there, that's why I was standing still for so long. I wanted him to turn around so I could force him out of the danger. Eventually I did it, but I maybe should have casted a stun in the meantime. Would have been better. I didn't do that very well.
Attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
So we did end up winning.
is under attack.
Not a huge surprise because our skill level was a lot higher. Again, we had like a stupid amount of MMR advantage compared to them, so it wasn't really a fair game at all. But that's the trade-off when you, especially, we definitely made it hard. I mean, we picked no carries, so
Dire's
definitely
top
looking a little
tower
scary.
is under attack. Radiant's
If
ancient
I-
is under attack.
a Desolator. I don't imagine that a lot of Earth Spirits win Desolator, but they did this game, so. So many BKBs. Alright. Well, that's it for the Earth Spirit replay commentary. I dare say the live game was a lot more fun to watch than this one, but there's only so many times you can fail on Earth Spirit and be like, wow, I fucked up on Earth Spirit again. That's what it feels like. But yeah, that's all. By the way, I made a post about this on my forums. I'll just summarize. I've been very busy with a lot of stuff lately, and I'm looking for people to help out with a couple things. Mainly, anyone that might want to help updating the Dota guide. That way I don't have to do it every time a new patch comes out, because finding the time to do stuff like that is very tough, because I have so many tasks right now. I have YouTubing, streaming, guide stuff. I had the new website come out. I've been traveling a lot for events, and there's a lot of things that are falling to the wayside that I haven't been able to take care of because I just don't have enough free time. So if anyone wants to help out with stuff like modding the stream or updating guide stuff or helping build the community to be a bit bigger on my website, then I would be really interested in having you guys help out. So I'm going to put a link down below to the forum post. That way you guys can read about it and hopefully help out if wanted. There's already a lot of people in there, but if you guys do want to help out, you can. So check down the drop-down box below, especially looking for stream mods and people that want to help with stuff, and that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. This is an Earth Spirit game. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.